We're doing an experiment. Just bear with. I'm just kind of getting my bearings because this is like so fucking uncomfortable. Well, first, if you're watching this video is private. I'm not public. I'm not putting this one on a public channel. Why? Why? Because I'm doing an experiment. I told you. I'm trying to seduce you. I'm trying to seduce you over the ethers using my black magic. So, I have to assume that you saw my message, my last message, that I was gonna revitalize that group that we have, that I made for us, the tower group. Now, what I don't know is if you've seen what I've done in there, what I've been doing in there. I have never, choose the words wisely. I don't know the last time that I have been this, like, what's the word? Passionately, deeply, enthralled with my work. So, what I ended up doing, I just moved in with you. Essentially, I moved out of my face. I've moved out of my main page, and I moved all my work, everything that I'm doing on Facebook, into that group. But I started doing other things too, which is fucking amazing. Because what I started to realize, I wish I was recording it when all this was going on in my head. But what I started to realize is when I do all my posting on the public channel, I get fucking distracted. Like I can feel people watching, you know? So it makes it that's why, like, when I have those dialogues with myself, which is real, that's all real. That's not me playing a fucking ventriloquist act. That's the other one. That's my Gemini twin. It looks cool. I don't know what it reads like to other people. I don't know if people think that is like a ventriloquist thing, but that's kind of what the inside of my head looks like all the time. So when I do my posts on the regular channel, I get distracted, but I find myself too concerned with who's watching, who's looking, if anyone's looking. How you doing, my friend? You doing all right? Lovely day.
Yeah, beautiful.
Keeping an eye out for a cigarette. Well, because you know what happens is, like, every time I go for a walk, I end up getting a cigarette or two from people. There's a fucking house right there, that place. A couple weeks back, I was just walking by, and the fucking dude, he called me over. He's like, "Yo, man, you need a cigarette?" Yeah. Now, mind you, I bummed the cigarette off of one of his roommates. But I have a little network of cigarette people. I have to ask for cigarettes because I can't afford them. Because I don't work for money anymore. I don't know if anybody told you, but I don't work for money anymore, which is cool, but it's also a fucking huge pain in the ass. But working for God has its perks, so I don't. There's like a give and take that comes along with it. Forgive. I don't know if the traffic's overbearing. Where am I? Tilton Road. I'm trying to cross Tilton so I can go to Birch Grove. I have a literal soapbox over there that I like to stand on. So so last week, what was that? Fucking 2 weeks ago. Aw, man. Like, it's fucking late. It's like everybody's in a fucking rush, but you're not going anywhere. No one is actually going anywhere. This motherfucker. I'm just in a fucking rush to go nowhere. You don't even want to go to where you're going, you dipshit. Ow. What's that going on about? I haven't brushed my teeth, by the way. There might be a little bit of a smell. Cigarettes, perks. Yeah, I mean, I miss money. But, the way it works now, because you gotta keep in mind, I haven't worked for money in about a year and a half, like over a year and a half. I've been working on a new project for my new boss. But that's the hard part, because like if you don't believe in God, then then you can't believe in anything that I'm saying. I mean, you can believe that I believe in what I'm saying, but it's a Jew thing. You know how much I love talking about being a Jew? I'm assuming that you probably haven't read all those posts that I'm writing in that group, but come on. Sir, do you have a cigarette? It's the last one. It's always the last one.
It is though. You just got done work. I'm in the store now.
I feel you.
Broke down.
How you doing, my friend? Doing all right? You never told anyone that it was your last cigarette before? Yeah, I have. But you know what? It's like, I hate that excuse. It's not always an excuse, I know. But every time I hear that, I get triggered. I always get triggered because I'm like, you motherfucker, you got another one. You're going to the goddamn store. You can hand me one. What do you need a cigarette for? Because I like to smoke. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love smoking so much. So you don't think any of this is unhealthy, what you're doing in that group? No, not at all. And the reason I don't is because I've actually made it work in such a way that it makes perfect sense. Why that is a more healthy environment for me to work in than on my main page. I'm just changing the song. I didn't know it was on loop.
Oh, that's it.
I don't not like typo, but it's the same fucking song over and over again. And when I write those posts, by the way, I'm fucking writing for like an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. But that's what I mean. It's like I've been using you as a focal point, like I'm doing right now. Like you're not really there. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know who the fuck I'm talking to. I'm talking to no one. To be perfectly honest, I'm talking to a lady that lives in my head. I'm talking to a lady who lives in my head that looks like a lady that lives outside of my head. But that's the thing, is like, I haven't been able to get this you know how like baby chicks, like baby chickens, they come out of the egg and then they see the mommy, and then they like imprint on their mommy, and then they just follow the mommy chicken all over the fucking place. But if a baby chicken breaks out of the egg and sees a person, they think that person's their mommy. So I fucking Googled this too. I have it written down. In my book, in my notebooks, in my journals. Apparently, I'm dead ass serious. I believe that the day that I met you, that I had such a like traumatic response to it. I had such a traumatic response to you that you imprinted as my new mommy. Well, not new mommy, my new wife. Like that, I'm obsessed with this idea. Like, God will not allow me to think of another woman the way that I think about you. It's fascinating to me. This whole fucking year, right? This whole year has just been no. It's not that it's just been, but it's always like this constant nagging, like right underneath the surface type of mental, emotional, spiritual connection that I can't detach from. It doesn't work if you explain it to people. Like I can't possibly explain to you what it is that I experienced, because you're not gonna be able to make sense of it. Especially assuming that we come from completely different realities, where some of my reality, let's just say, right? Let's say that just generally speaking, let's say 50% of what I perceive as my reality, you can't even, what? It doesn't even make any sense. You can't even wrap your brain around it, because it just doesn't compute. Not because you're stupid, not because you're slow. It's just that based on any number of contributing factors, your genetics, your upbringing, your education, but it goes both ways. You can't understand the degree of my experience that I can't understand of yours. If you can only recognize 50% of mine, then I can only recognize 50% of yours. Does that make sense? Yeah, that actually makes sense. So what's happening right now is I'm writing all goddamn day. Yo, I'm doing, mind you, every day. I'm doing 15 to 20 hours of work every single fucking day. It's not conventional work, but that's right, because I don't do a regular job. I'm grinding. You know when people talk about the grind? Those motherfuckers where they're like, I ain't work for nobody else no more. Nigga, I'm grinding all day every day, because I don't get no days off. That's what we're talking about. That. Not clocking in, not, hey, what do you need me to do today? None of that bullshit. I mean, great, did I say that to God? This is what he wants me to do today. And I'm fine with this. He gave me this idea yesterday. I ain't pushing God. He's my God. If you believe in God, that's cool. But I don't necessarily believe in God. For good reason. I trust God. God believes in me. So he tells me what to do. He tells me what I'm capable of achieving. Now, if you've been following along with our Torah study posts, and again, if you're not following up with any of that shit, listen, ma'am, how do I put it? I don't obligate you I don't obligate you to follow along with all that shit. But if you are, and it makes sense, fuck it. Read as much as you want. Or as little as you want. Don't even go into the fucking group if you don't want. For me, it's medicine. For me, I'm getting a lot of shit. I'm getting a lot of shit out of me. Not to mention the fact that if you go to the features section, you'll notice that there's at least 5 or 6 different like featured posts, right? But each one of those posts is categorized. There's categories and there's links and there's all types of shit. It's a fucking. I am creating a library. Now the intention is to go the entire year. So now, mind you, I'm also basing the year on the Jewish year because I'm all in. I'm all in, baby girl. Like, I'm the only Jew in the family. And God actually led me to all of the resources and all of the proof that I need to validate my entire life experiences, because I don't know what my mom, I don't know what my brother, I don't know if anybody even talks about it, I don't know what anybody says about it, I don't know what anybody thinks about it. Nobody says shit to me, which is fine. It's better off that way, because if you're gonna get into a little fucking logic battle with me, you're gonna get your ass whooped. I had Christopher over the summer. He laughed at me. He laughed at me because I had 54 cents in my bank account. I haven't had money since March. I've been out of money. I've been running out of bitachon. I get into bitachon. Now, he laughed at me. I'm outside having a conversation with my grandmother, who just got done telling me I'm not a Jew. What the fuck are you to tell me I'm not a fucking Jew? Who the fuck are you? I told her straight up too. I said, that's a good opinion. But let me tell you what I do with other people's opinions. I wipe my asshole with them and then I flush it down the fucking toilet. You talk to your grandmother that way? Yeah, but you gotta see the way that my grandmother talks back. It's valid, trust me. God gave me a pat on the back for standing up to her, as a matter of fact. Worst thing you can ever try to do to a Jew is try to take away their Jewishness. Then you're gonna get into a fight. And that's what I'm saying, like, it's probably best that nobody even brings this shit up. I'm still trying to figure out how to break it to fucking Teresa. I know Teresa's a Muslim. I don't know what her thoughts are on Jews, but so the way it works, because I really do I want to explain this to somebody, because I found loopholes in the law. Like, everybody knows, like, you gotta have a mom who's a Jew, you gotta be born there, blah 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 blah. Bullshit. Those are religious Jews. Those are a different kind of Jew. They're different. They're different and the same. Same family. It's just different. That's a rule that they made up. That's a rule that they made up to make their club exclusive. That's literally what it was. Excuse me. In the book. I mean, in the book. In the group, I have plans. One of the feature posts is a book that we're working through called Shar Habitahon. That once that book is done, which is almost done, I'm on the last chapter. I started working on it in the group at the end of chapter 6. We're on chapter 7. Once we're done with that, I wrote. That's more like a date book. That's a book that you share with a spouse. So that's something that you work together with. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking everything that I'm working on and putting it into that group. Right before Rosh Hashanah started, which was the beginning of the month, beginning of the year, beginning of the month, which was 4 weeks ago, I was trying to figure out a way. Leading up to Rosh Hashanah, I was trying to figure out a way how to not write as much. And what I mean with pens and notebooks and journals and shit like that. What I've been trying to figure out is, like, what am I going to do with my time if I'm not physically writing? Because I ain't got no money. I can't afford any more notebooks. I got 2 notebooks left. 2 blank notebooks and the one that I'm working on. So what I started to realize at the end of the year, right? I'm bouncing around, but you'll find. At the end of the year, the last 12 days of the year, this year was 13 because it was a leap year, 13 months, it's a long story. But at the last 12 days of the Jewish year, it's called the 12 days of reflection. So each day, we spend meditating on 1 month of the previous 12 months, right? So over the course of those 12 days, you build up a mental model of the year that just passed. The idea of this is, once you hit Rosh Hashanah is the new year, but it's not the Jewish New Year. It's like the New Year of humanity. Jews just happen to be the only people that fucking recognize it. They say it too. This isn't a Jewish holiday. We just have to be the only ones that do it. So from that day forward, that's day 1. For the next 9 days, for the first 10 days of the lunar month, it's called the days of awe, right? The first day is Rosh Hashanah, which is the celebration of, it's the anniversary of Adam and Eve being created, and the anniversary of the first sin, right? 10 days later, Yom Kippur, that's a day of atonement. That's the final judgment. So over the course of those 10 days, what we're being called to do is go through the past year of events, find our transgressions, find where we went off the path, where we slipped off the path, and atone for what we did. Seek forgiveness, give forgiveness, seek forgiveness, forgive other people, apologize to other people. It's all about like clearing your conscience, clearing your karma, clearing your fucking energy, getting all that shit that you're carrying on to and getting the fuck rid of it. So that once we come out of the fucking Yom Kippur portal, you got the whole year to fuck up and do whatever the fuck it is that you need to do, right? Now for me it's a little bit different because I don't have plans. I don't live my life that way. Everything is very intuitive. I just follow whatever my feelings are guiding me to do. That's what I do. But now what I've learned to do over this past year, it's been a long ass year, man. What I found out is that it's been God the whole time. And I know this because last summer I read the Bible for the first time. I read the Torah. I read the Old Testament for the very first time in my life last summer. I had been working on this book. I've been working through this book when I was going through the Hugo Boss saga. When I was dealing with the fucking labor lawyer and all that other shit. When I was trying to get paid. There was a book that I was reading. It was called Jewish Wisdom for Business Success, and that was my own personal thing. But in the book, what it goes on about is how to use Torah as it's not just a religious book. Torah's open source. It has nothing to do with religion. If you read the goddamn book, it doesn't have anything to do with religion. Nothing to do with religion. What it's about is building an empire, building a legacy. That's what it is. So the idea of the book is to take the principles, take the ideas, take the lessons from Torah and apply them to business. Very simple. It's very simple. So right around the turn of the month, right around August of last year, I was going through a money fast, like where I had no money. I had absolutely no fucking money for 7 weeks straight, which was like right after we split. It was literally like 2 days after is when my money ran out officially. And for 7 weeks, I had no money. But I told myself, I'm not going to get another job. 2, I am not going to do anything that requires me to actually rely on anyone else for money, because not until these motherfuckers Not until that fucking company pays me. Now we know my background in witchery, right? I'm a mystical, spiritual person. I don't not believe in God. I just didn't know how to define God. So what ended up happening was I went out with my brother and my uncle one night to Atlantic City. And then we went up, we did that, and then we went to go see my grandmother for her birthday. But while we were eating dinner, we were talking about Jews. Now, if you go through my books, that's all I talk about is Jews. I've been talking about Jews and the potential of me being a Jew for fucking 15, 20 years now. This is old news. But what happened was, I didn't like the way that my uncle was talking about the Jews, because I realized, like, you're just an ignorant motherfucker. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Which tends to be the case with many of my friends and family. Like, everybody talks, everybody has an opinion, but nobody actually knows anything. That's the thing. If you ever meet my family, listen, be mindful, be very mindful. It's okay to listen, but be wary that the degree of experience from which those opinions are coming from does not necessarily dictate that they know what they're talking about. I have an uncle, my Uncle Mike. He doesn't do any drugs. He's never done any drugs. But he'll tell you how marijuana will fuck you up. My mother doesn't drink. My mother's not an alcoholic. But she'll tell you about how alcohol destroys people. She don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You've seen it happen to 1, 2 people, and I'm not saying that it doesn't. Not everybody can handle their shit. Not everybody knows how to handle their shit. I couldn't handle my shit for a while. But at the same time, even when I didn't know how to handle my shit, I was still handling my shit because it didn't fucking kill me, and I knew exactly what the fuck I was doing with it. Just like with everybody else. So that's where, like, when people say, like, drugs and alcohol are bad for you, bullshit. They're actually good for you. It's fucking medicine. Because I'll tell you right now, if not for the fucking drugs and the alcohol I've been fucking doing for my entire life, and no, I'm not high right now, I would have killed myself by already. I wouldn't be able to handle this world sober. I wouldn't be able to. I can't. It's not that I'm weak. It's just that this world is just shit. And it's not even the world's fault, it's everybody else's. It's because everybody's a piece of shit. If you want my fucking personal opinion, today in tourist study, that's another one of the features in the group. Man, you got a fucking world-class education waiting for you in that group. I hope that one day in the future that you take full advantage of it. God, I hope so. Because it's for you. I mean, it's not just for you. It's also for me. But I do it because I feel like I have to share myself with you. I feel like I have to share all of me with you. Especially now, after what happened earlier in the month. And I know, like, don't get things mixed up. That nobody said that was going anywhere. I know. But you don't know my end. You don't know what led up to that. Like, you don't know. You don't know shit. Right? I have to imagine that prior to Tuisa, and I don't know, here's a thought of mine. I was actually wondering this too. I don't know whose idea it was to call me. I don't know if that was your idea or Tuisa's idea, because you could have just texted me, by the way. You didn't have to say anything. We didn't have to go through the whole fucking the motions, unless you really wanted to see my face. Which is what I think is what happened. Which is good, because I wanted to see your face too. You have no idea how badly I wanted to see your face. I wanted to see your face so fucking badly. 2 days before you call me, I have it all written down. On Rosh Hashanah, like, it was getting to the point that I had to tell God, like, seriously, like what the fuck is going on? What is going on? Why can't I not get this woman out of my fucking head? Like, what is this? And mind you, it's not that you have not been there. It's just by Rosh Hashanah, it had gotten so intense that I was questioning, is it me or am I just picking up on her? Because one, I've been trying to get detach. And why am I getting this need to see her, to hear from her? 3 days prior to Rosh Hashanah, I have, like I said, I have a lady that lives in my head. That's my Shekinah. It's a Jew thing. It's not a Jew thing. Everybody has it. It's just through the Jews I learned what it is. There is literally a woman presence, an apparition that lives in my head who has been there for a long time. If you remember me ever talking about Miss Kim in my head, that's who it is. Like, she lives in my head. And I talk to her. I have conversations with her. She talks back to me. Up until recently, though, I have been fighting with her to get the fuck out of my head. Pack your shit up, get the fuck out. You've been living in my fucking head rent-free for a long time, baby girl. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. I don't like thinking about you. I don't like feeling about you. I don't like thinking about what you're doing. I want my life and my mind back. I want that piece of my mind back. Because it's not all consuming. I mean, it is now. Now I'm allowing it to be. Because right now we're doing an experiment. I'll get to that. It's not really an experiment. It's not an experiment. That's a bad choice of words. That's a really bad choice of words. Because you're not an experiment. You are not an experiment. Neither, this is my fucking life. This is my life we're talking about. And not to mention that it's my life, but it's also somebody else's life. This is your life too. I'm talking to you as if you are watching this, but again, recognize, like, I don't know. I'm just doing it. Now, from a mystical perspective, the chances of you watching this are being dialed all the fucking way up by the very fact that I am recording this talking to you. It's kind of like build it and they will come. Like, you can't watch something that I don't make. You feel me? Now, I am not in any way, shape, or form going to push this or tell you about any of this fucking stuff that I'm doing. But at the same time, I am fucking compelled by the Lord, my God, the creator of the universe himself, that I need to be doing this right now. Because you are the only person that could save my life. But at the same time, vice versa. There was a term that I saw today in a book that we're working on in the group called the Book of Air. And it was the mutual rescuers. And what was so funny about that, and I wrote about this, is that I've thought that about you and me before in the past. Long time ago. I thought about that. That the universe, that God created you to save me, while at the same time God created me to save you. Does that make sense? Like, it's mutual. It's not like, oh, you need my help. You need my help, little lady. No, it's like, yo, nigga, I need you. I fucking need you. If I don't have you, I have nobody. Like, that's legit. That's where we're at right now. And that's the lesson that God is showing me, which is fucked up. Because it's like, takes an incredible amount of vulnerability to even allow myself to think that way. Like, fuck, I need you. Why don't you tell me? Because I can't. Because I can't. You need to figure it out on your own. Because you need to figure out that you need me. Because God forbid you're not there yet. And I start measuring, Kim, I need you. What? What do you want? But I have it based on my experience over the last month. I have it on good authority that if you're watching this, it's because you are either just coming to that conclusion or you're about to come to that conclusion. Which conclusion? That you and I are the last two humans in a world full of fucking monsters, demons, and pieces of shit. I already think everybody's a piece of shit. That's nothing new. I have no faith in nobody. Nobody. God tells me though, and this wasn't even, was it on Rosh Hashanah or was it the week before? I forget. It might have actually been, I believe it was the month prior to Rosh Hashanah, called a lull. It was in one of my journal entries from there where I wrote, I had like this thing came through to me. Like how it works is like I just know things, right? Like I'm not saying that I know that what I know is fact. I'm just saying that I get this sense, like it's like a delusion. It's like we'll call it a delusion, right? Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance or a delusion. You pick your poison. Same shit. You know something that you just. How the hell do I know that? How the hell did I know that? Exactly. Like that. How the hell did I know you were going to say that? I know. How did you know I was going to say that? How did I know I was going to say that? How did I know that you were going to say that I was going to say that? By God. Thank you, Hashem. I love you too. What I wrote was, if/when Kim comes back, you can trust her like you trust yourself. What? Okay. All right. Listen. Back in the old days of Derek and Kim, I used to be able to sense from time to time before you would pop up, message, like at Walmart. I don't know what the fuck it was, but Chris and I, we pull into the fucking Walmart, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if Kim comes here. Then as we get into Walmart, I literally feel as if there's a little lady standing right behind me listening to everything that I'm saying about her to my brother. Because I was talking to him about you. What were you saying? Nothing nice. It wasn't mean. Actually, it was. Because you had messaged me about being a good writer, and it was the first time we had talked in about a month. And I didn't say anything to him, but we were at Walmart, and I just felt compelled, like I had to talk about you. I said, guess who popped up? Guess who popped up? They're telling me that I'm a fucking good writer. Yeah, no shit, Kim. I know I'm a good writer. That's why I do it. What do you really want? Is that all you want? You just wanted to tell me that I'm a good writer? I don't think so. I believe that there was something else. I think before, prior to writing it, you knew what you wanted to say, but I don't think you said what you wanted to say. And then I messaged back, and then you disappear again. I was so pissed. I fucking hate that. Yeah, because I expect like immediate. That's why. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes, like that particular instance, I expected like an immediate thing. But then again, I think about it. I'm like, I didn't really say anything. but that's what I'm talking about. It's like that sense, that sixth sense. You don't know where the fuck it comes from. But what the fuck made me turn around and see your little ass walking by? And besides even that, all of the other, there were other experiences that I had where I felt you thinking about me. What does that mean though? Exactly. That's such a hard thing did you ever feel like someone's like staring at you? You ever felt someone staring, like there's nobody around, but you can feel them staring at you? It's like that. But it's like, is she thinking about me right now? She needs me right now. Like right now, I'm feeling it. I'm fucking feeling it right now. It's a Wednesday, by the way, which may still be your day off. And I could be wrong. Listen, I'm just telling you what's coming through my head. The narrative, right? Hashem, God, back me up on this. The narrative feeling that I'm getting right now is you are sitting around home or somewhere, sad, wishing that you were talking to Derek or with Derek. I cannot say that that's fact. These opinions are just my own. It's not even a fucking opinion. It's not an opinion. It's just the feeling that's coming to me. Where's it coming from? Is it coming from the fact that I am fucking talking to you like you're there? Probably. But this is how it works. Because imagine, because it's not impossible. This is not impossible. That I upload this, I put it on the group. For some reason or another, you get this weird feeling. Let me go check that group. Let me just see what the fuck he's doing in there. Unless you're already looking at it, for all I know. I don't know. And you see this. And you're like, fuck it, let me just watch it. And then you get to this part, like, what the fuck? Wouldn't that be something? But that's what I'm saying, is you can't see it if I don't make it. And right now, or for the past 2 weeks, I've been told, like, I have to do this. I have to focus all of my time and energy and effort on you because I have nothing better to put my time and energy into. And that's not to say, like, I'm bored, I got nothing to do. It's like, but no, there's nothing left. I've done everything that I could possibly do over this past year that I cannot do anything else because there's literally nothing left to do. I can't do shit until the world finally decides, like, we need Derek. Do you have any idea what the fuck I've been doing? I'm the Jewish Messiah, by the way. Hashem, my Lord. It's only you, me, and the lady here. Unless she shows anybody this. But I don't think that she would. Because I don't think that she would want anybody to know. Right? Am I wrong? The Jewish Mashiach, which is like the Jewish version of Christ. That's what it is. It's the second coming, resurrection of the soul. I have more than enough. The Lord, my Lord, has given me more than enough reason, based on my 44 years of life experience, for me to go, hi, I'm the Jewish Messiah. So this past year, I've been testing it out. That's what God told me to do, is just have fun with it. See what happens if you start to introduce yourself. And mind you, I made some Jewish friends, some Orthodox associates, and one of them told me she works for the Meaningful Life Center. And she said to me, don't be afraid to introduce yourself. We didn't really talk about the Mashiach, the Messiah thing, but it's a big thing right now. All the Jews know that the Mashiach, he's here. And I've been promoting him. I've spent the past year promoting this guy. But that's the thing, is like I've also been I've been doing his job. That's why I know. That's how I know, because I've been doing the job. How do I know I'm doing the job? Because the Jews have a long laundry list of shit that this guy has to do. And it just happens to be that I've been doing all the things. So once I started to learn more about what his role is and what he does, and that I have already been doing what he's been doing, what he's supposed to be doing, I just do the other stuff too. Oh, all right, I can do that. Done that. I haven't done that yet, but I can do that. A lot of it's mystical, spiritual stuff, like what do we know about divine sparks of divinity? Finding godliness, finding righteousness in ungodly things. Kind of like, right? Taking something unkosher and making it kosher. Oh, I thought kosher was just when a rabbi prays over it. No, it's a lot more than that. It's a whole lot more than that. It's all about intention. The way of the Jew is all about magic. This is a whole different kind of fucking magic. It is magic, just not necessarily what I was learning. It's an advanced form of all like witchcraft, all that stuff. It's all derivative. It's all derivative of. But God has been teaching me how to do the Jew magic. Which, from what I understand, I could be wrong, my Lord, is that Jew magic is only something that's available for Jews to do. It's one of the perks. Not that it will always be that way. The idea, I believe, from what I understand, world peace. Everybody's happy. Everybody's holding hands. But then again, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Just because you and me are holding hands, that doesn't mean shit. Everybody else might be ripping each other's throats out. Which is fine by me. I don't give a fuck. I cannot stand people. It's just music. I'm not talking to anybody. This is so weird. But at the same time, right? So a lot of what's going on here, in the group, what I'm doing, whenever I get the feeling like I have to talk, I just let it rip. I was doing sex talk today. It was hot sex talk too. My type of hot sex talk where I'm like, damn. God damn. So, but there's a reason for it. I have to, part of my job is that I cannot be afraid of fucking anything. Not you, not bears, not big scary dudes. No, big scary dudes need to be fucking scared of me. That's part of what being a Jew is about. You cannot be fucking afraid of nothing. Except for God. God is the only thing that you're allowed to be afraid of. Because think of it like this. It's not the bad kind of fear. Not like, oh my God. It's a good kind of fear. The reason that God wants us to be afraid of only Him. I'm saying Jews. I'm not saying you. I ain't pushing nothing on nobody. Jews don't recruit. I'm so confused on how you figured out that you're a Jew. It's through my father. Your father was a Jew? No, that's the thing. My father had Israelite ancestry. So there's a few different ways that one can be a Jew. Predominantly, most people don't recognize Judaism as a race. Jews as a race. But Jews are a race. Most people think of Jews, it's a religion. But it's not just a religion. There is a cult of Jews, but there is also Jewish ancestry. But Jews are ancestors of the Israelites, who are an ancient race of people who are the descendants of an even more ancient people called the Hebrews. Hebrews evolved into Israelites, evolved into Jews and Samaritans. There's two types of Israelites, depending on which side of the family that they come from. There's Jews, and then there's Samaritans. Same fucking people, but they're cousins. Same father, different mother. Bruzins. That's what it is. Now my father has both sides in him. Based on DNA testing that I had done. That showed like, all right, he's got those people in him and he's got those people in him. I share genetic material that is Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and we share common ancestry on my father's side. Now that's the thing though. So Jews, they say it's got to be through your mom, but that's not what Torah says. So religious Jews, yeah, you have to be part of that club. That's not my problem. Those people, they don't even follow the Torah. They made up their own rules. They make up their own rules, those people. Literally, the Torah has instructions on how someone like me is a Jew, which is the best part. So now, aside from those Jews, it is commonly known that anyone of Israelite ancestry is a Jew, as long as they denounce all forms of idolatry in service of God. So if you are of any degree of Israelite descent, any degree, it doesn't matter. You could be fucking 0.002% of your fucking DNA could trace you back to any Israelite. It doesn't even fucking matter. You just have a crumb of Israelite DNA in your body. And you denounce all forms of idolatry and pledge yourself in service to God, you're a Jew. That is part of Jewish law. Jews come after the Bible too. There's only like 4 Jews that are in the Bible, and the Bible doesn't actually explain exactly who the Jews are. Like you got to do a lot of work to fucking figure it out. Those people who call themselves Jews, I can't say that they really are. I mean, they're religious Jews, that's for sure. They are religious people who follow a very specific set of guidelines and live their lives by a very specific set of protocol. But what they do is not in the Bible at all. None of it. I mean, it's an interpretation. They have one interpretation. But the Torah is open source. They don't get the final say. That's the point. People think that they get the final say, but they don't get the final say. So you're starting a religion. My religion is my life. My cult, I have a cult of one. It's me. I am recruiting. I don't got no fucking ministry or kind of shit like that. A lot of people doing that nowadays, by the way. Yeah, so where are we going with it? I don't know. I'm just going. I'm just free flowing. Don't make your art. Once you start making your art for somebody else, it's no longer your art. So don't make this under the impression that you're placating to Kim, because if you are making this video for Kim, you're gonna fuck it up. But if you're making it for yourself, that's a whole different story. You don't need to worry about what the fuck she thinks. You don't need to worry about if she's keeping up. You don't need to worry about if she understands what you're talking about. You don't need to fucking understand shit, because this isn't about her entirely. This is about you. Thank you. And the same thing goes for that group. That group is not for me just to obsess over Kim. It's a place for me to do so, yes. It's a place where I can express my feelings and my fucking thoughts, which is fucking amazing. Oh my God, I was crying so fucking hard yesterday. Oh my God. Because it's not just about you. I'm talking about me to you. And not necessarily to you, but to her who lives in there. Which essentially is you on a spiritual soul level. But that's because we all share her. It's just that for me, she presents herself like you because I believe that you are my wife. From the minute I saw you, I remember thinking, I'm going to marry that woman one day. That's the woman I'm going to marry. And based on my personal experience, my opinions on my own, thank you, my Lord. Based on my personal experience, not just with you, but in life in general, including you, because you have your own you have your own track in my life. Like you have your own storyline that is separate from everything else. Like there's my life without Kim, but then there's my life with Kim, and I can see how my life without Kim is predicable of my life with Kim. Because it's like, and given over all these years too, and everything that we have been through with you, I'm convinced, my Lord, the only thing that could change my mind on this is God. And God keeps telling me, nope, she's all yours, and you're all hers. I made you for her, and I made her for you. Enjoy each other. But you're gonna work for that shit. That ain't coming easy. Alright. You want an impossible level relationship? You want to have the most impossible relationship ever? I'm asking you. Like, do you want to have the most? What's the most impossible thing that you could possibly think of? Someone who respects you, someone who's nice to you, someone who's kind to you, someone who's there to hold you and nurture you and to... It's an alarm. May you be inscribed and blessed may you be inscribed and sealed for a blessed and sweet new year. A partner to help you, not monetarily, asshole. Stop saying that. You do it on purpose. I do. Because I'm convinced, for good reason, that a lot of the reason that people don't talk to me is because I don't have money. I believe you're one of them. But that's a good thing. That's actually a really good thing. Trust me. Thank you, Hashem. Not having money, that's like a protective barrier, believe it or not. Because when you have no money, people don't want nothing to do with you. Because they don't want you to ask them for their money. So by the very nature that I have no money, nobody talks to me, and since nobody talks to me, I have no distractions. I mean, today I had my mom ask me. My mom was actually going to treat me to golf. She's golfing right now, but I told her, like, I got too much I got to do today. Because this cat, like, I needed to do this. Because I have to get out of that house. I have to get out of that house, and I need to get into your house. That's what God's telling me, is that's what this is building up to. Because ever since the day I met you, you said that I asked why you didn't sleep at your house, and you said I only sleep alone. And from that day, that minute, I was like, oh my God, Miss Kim, I would snuggle the fuck out of you. And I'm not just talking about, like, just raw, dirty sex. I mean, just as like a comforting, like, I asked you once if you like to snuggle and spoon. Because I like to spoon. I just like to be, I need to be held. You know? That's my idea of an impossible relationship. Part of an impossible relationship is a woman being able to deal with me the way that I am. For somebody who, and I wrote this yesterday in the group, and this was actually like so powerful. That like I started bawling when the words were coming out. Like I couldn't fucking believe that I was able to like make that much of a confession to myself in front of you, mind you. Your presence is in the group. But I just want to feel the same sense of love that I have for myself from somebody else. Without having to tell them what the fuck to do. Without telling them why or how. Or to tell them, oh, you're not doing it right. One of my biggest issues in the past, and this was with April, this was with Ellen, and my family, my friends, with strangers. I forget that people can't read my mind. And it's so fucking annoying. Because it's like, if you could just fucking read my mind, then you would know what to fucking do. You would shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone. You would know that I'm busy. Like, and I feel bad because my mom knocked on my door and asked me if I wanted to go play golf with her at 1:30. And immediately I'm like, no, I can't. I got too much stuff I gotta do. But when she asked me the question, like, I got mad because I'm like, how dare you? You're disturbing me in the middle of my fucking workday. Nobody fucking works in this goddamn house. Nobody fucking works. That's not, going to a job is not work. You're going to a job. You're going to do a job. That's it. That's not work. What that is, that's whoring yourself out for money to someone who sees you as a nigger. That's what that is. That's not work. This is fucking work. Do you think this is fucking easy? Like, honestly, do you think this is fucking easy for me? This is fucking difficult. I make it look easy. But that's because I've been fucking doing it 15 to 20 hours every fucking day for the past 6 fucking years. I don't get days off. Even when I went to my sister's house and we're sitting there watching fucking Netflix, I figured out how to incorporate that as work. It was genius. Because what we were watching was actually pertinent to some things that were going on in my life at the time. And I'm like, fuck, I want to be in that position. Now, what kind of demeanor does this guy have? Like, how can I bring more of that out of me? So it wasn't like just fucking off. Now, mind you, my sister's just fucking sitting there watching the show, but I'm putting that much thought into it because I give a fuck about my life. I take my life more seriously than you do. I take my life more seriously than everybody takes my life seriously put together. Does that make sense? Right? Let's just say that there's 2 groups of people in the world. There's me and there's everybody else, right? There is the degree to which I take my life seriously, and then there's the degree to which other people take my life seriously. Who do you think takes it more seriously? Me or everybody else? And when I say everybody else, I mean fucking everybody else. Even the people that don't even fucking know me. That includes you. That includes my brother. That includes my sister, my mother, her husband, my ex-wife, my son, her fucking family, their friends, all the fucking people who know me. And then fucking let's throw in all the people that don't know me. And how about the fucking Jews now too? Because it's not like the Jews weren't taking me seriously over this past year when I was introducing myself to them. I got a lot of really nice compliments too. When I had a 20-year Torah teacher, I had a woman who's been teaching Torah for 20 years telling me how my words flow. They just flow. They flow like water. My skills at fucking teaching Torah. I had a 20-year Torah teacher tell me that I should have a podcast. I only read the fucking book last year. You know how much that like just made my heart glow? I fucking love Jews. I've always loved Jews. Now finding out that I am one, it's like, fuck, this is like a dream come true. Literally a dream come true. Every day, I got one of these. I can't stop smiling. That's the problem. I feel like I feel bad sometimes, like even leaving my room, because I'm just like I can't not smile. There's a portion. Once we get this far in the Torah study, once we get into Moses, there's a part, right? It says literally in the book, it's like Moses, like every time that Moses went into the tent of meeting and had a one-on-one conversation with God, because Moses was the only one. God would only talk to Moses. And I know that sounds a little bit shady, but I understand. Like I get it, trust me. You have to be a prophet in order to really get that. Like otherwise it seems like shady shit's going on. But once you have that one-on-one, that first one-on-one conversation with God, and even when God finally says for the first time, I told you so, that's how I know God's real, because God loves to say, I told you so. He plants these seeds and ideas and thoughts in my mind, and then once they happen or something similar takes place that's like, holy shit. He goes, I told you so. Like when Kim called me, right? When Miss Kim called me. Oh my God. Miss Kim. That was like the spiciest. That was like the spiciest morning of my life. I was sitting there. I was actually literally writing about you. I wasn't writing about Kim. I was writing about a woman that I used to spend time with, spend my time and energy on. And how she had unknowingly overstepped a boundary. And that's what I was writing about. I was on the topic of boundaries and how I was writing a big essay on my main page. I didn't post it though. I ended up deleting it. Because after I saw your message, I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was literally in the middle of writing about you, and then I saw Kim Kern. I'm like, what? Holy shit! And I heard God, I heard Hashem say, I told you so, because that was 2 days after Rosh Hashanah. That was, on Rosh Hashanah, is when I wrote, I feel her. Like, why the fuck do I feel her so deeply right now? And I wrote to God, if nobody wants Kim, I'll take her. I will gladly take that woman. But the message was, she is going to pop up soon. Now, I think I was saying before, like 4 days prior, I have a really good memory. So don't fret if you can't remember things the way that I do. That's my thing. It's mine. It's my life. You can't remember my life because you didn't live it. You don't know what's important to me because you aren't seeing through my eyeballs, as far as I know. But that's not what this lady in my head says. The lady in my head says that you know everything that I know. You may not know it yet, though. That's the difference. That day, I told you, I was fighting with, I like this song. I was fighting with Shekima, is how I refer to her. In Hebrew, it's called Shekinah. Shekinah is the female aspect of God that lives within all living things, Jew and non-Jew alike. Everybody has a Shekinah. It's called the divine spark, like the spark of divinity. The soul. She is the soul. He is above, she is within. But he is she, and she is he. So that it's 2 in 1. He slash she, she slash he. In Hebrew, she is called Shekinah, he is called Mashiach. Up above, he is called Hashem, she is called Sophia. 2 in 1. Try to imagine, this is the fucking cutest Halloween costume ever. I want to do this one year. But it's gotta be a small lady. It's gotta be a small lady. A big lady will fucking break my back. Oh, speaking of. Try to imagine a man and a woman standing back to back, right? But they're fused at the spine. They share a spine. So my spine is your spine and your spine is my spine. We just can't see each other. It's like, the hell are you? Right? How's that a Halloween costume? Because what we get is a harness. We get like a book bag harness, and we wear it. Where you're on my back, or the lady's on my back. I'll say you. You're on my back, but you're facing the other way. And then when people go like, who are you for Halloween? God. The fuck? What are you, pussy? Fuck out of here. It's not for other people to laugh at. I like inside jokes. Desmond used to get on my shit about that. Because he used to lose his toys and shit. April too. She would lose her fucking keys. And I would say to them, like, yo, where's my keys? Where's my toys? I don't know, but if it was up your ass, you'd know where it was. It's not funny. You're not funny. Nobody laughs at your jokes. Who the fuck said I was trying to make anybody laugh? And if it wasn't funny, then why the fuck am I laughing? You talk to them that way? Yeah. I don't take no bullshit from nobody. I ain't taking bullshit from him. I ain't taking bullshit from her. Listen, I cut them off like fucking dead hair. I ain't dealing with that shit. I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what fucking reality those two are living in, but I'm doing everything I told them I was gonna do. I told her family the same thing. I even said to her father, I'm like, yo, Richie, I can't make you believe, I can't convince you of what it is that I'm doing, but I'm gonna show you. The results are gonna speak for themselves. And you know what they did? They did this. Go fuck yourself. Not to mention my divorce hearing. Yo, I think I told you about it. I'm sure I told you about it, but I didn't even know I was fucking divorced until the day, 5 hours after the fucking court hearing. How much bullshit that is? That is such fucking bullshit. But you know what? It was the greatest thing that happened to me. Because I can at least say, when the court fucking finally does come for me, you motherfuckers, when they do finally fucking come for me, and they go, why? You're in contempt of court for not paying your alimony. Fuck that shit. I'm in contempt of my ex-fucking wife. Nigga, I fucking told her fucking long before we were married, don't you ever think you're gonna get fucking alimony. Ever. You will never get alimony. That's why she got me for alimony. It wasn't because of fucking child support. That was bullshit. She told me, she goes, well, she texts me. This bitch won't fucking talk. She tells me, I did the alimony so that you don't go to jail for not paying the child support. Then why the fuck? There shouldn't be nothing. There was no need for either. What are you doing? Why did you go to a fucking lawyer? Because your fucking mother told you to go to a fucking lawyer, you dumb fuck. There was no reason for it. You just spend $5,000? Is that where my fucking camera went? Is that where my fucking $8,000 worth of camera equipment went? You fucking hawked it so you can pay for the fucking lawyer? The fucking scumbag lawyer. And then you have my fucking parenting rights taken away. Why? Oh, because I called the lawyer, because I talked to the lawyer one day. And I told him the truth. I wanted to avoid child support as badly as possible because I couldn't allow them to force me to go get a job. And that's what I told the lawyer. I was like, listen, man, I'm going through some serious shit right now. Like, I cannot hold a job. Is there a way that I can, like, undo parenting rights? And I know that's what they did. They took me for my word. And this is just me on the phone with the goddamn guy. He told them what I said, and they ran with it. But that's the other thing. Months and months and months go by. No one ever tells me nothing that we're getting divorced. I knew there was the lawyer, but I didn't know they were going through with it. I ended up talking to my mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law. Like a week before the divorce, I called her. My mom and I, we went up north to go see my condo to see the damage that was done to it because one of the water pipes had broken. It was fucking destroyed. It was gutted. It was gutted, done. But they lived right down the street. So my mother's like, "Hey, you want to stop over? You want to stop over there?" All right. So we fucking pull in. We pull up, and she's like, "All right, go." This is your thing, not mine. Fuck. And her car was there. My mother-in-law's car was there. So I knocked. The door, the screen was open. The screen was closed, but the front door was open. She didn't come to the door. So I ran around back. I thought that maybe she was out back smoking. She wasn't back there. And then I was like, "Fuck! I ain't fucking around with this. This is nerve-wracking enough. My fucking nerves, like, it feels like my nerves are being flayed right now." So I called her. And as soon as hey, hi. I hadn't talked to her in like 2 months. I hadn't talked to nobody in fucking months. Not more than 2 months. That was April 1st. That was April 1st. The last time you saw them was in September. That's October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That's like fucking 8 months, dude. So, hey. And I heard her, this bitch. "What are you calling all nice for?" You want to do this? All right. Oh, what is that? What are you guys doing? No, it's a lot of. That's a lot of those guys. If you can see them, like termites. So then we started going at it, and it was just like, I asked, I'm like, what's going on with the divorce? Are we getting divorced? Are we not getting divorced? Are we already divorced? Like, what the hell is happening? And this, do you know what she says to me? She goes like this, I quote, that Staten Island accent, I can't stand that. I ain't saying nothing. What? And if you want to see your son again, you better go talk to a lawyer. The fuck? Could you say that one more time? I ain't saying nothing. I was like, well, when is it? I ain't saying nothing. Where's the paperwork? Well, we sent it to your mother's. Nigga, I could tell. She had a slight stutter. She had a slight stutter. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Why? Because once it comes out that they committed malicious intent, that's what this was all about. It was all malicious intent. Like, I knew it at the time. Like, I knew that it was revenge for what I did or what I didn't do. And what I didn't do is let their daughter come back to the house after she moved out, after she walked the fuck out on me. I was going to have an intervention. The night that the day that we separated, I was going to have an intervention. And what happened was I called her family. I called my brother-in-law. I called my sister-in-law's husband, my brother-in-law. I call him because he used to be a heroin addict. And I knew that he would be able to at least be a voice that could help me with something that was with some shit that was going on in my head. And I said to him, like, listen, yo, I think that she's got some fucking serious problems going on. So tonight, I'm going to talk to her. But here's the thing. I don't know what I don't know. All I know is that she don't look good. And I got a feeling this is going to be some fucked up shit. And if it's as fucked up as I think, I'm done. For 7 fucking years, I have been dealing with this. Relapse after relapse after relapse after relapse. Every year, this is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time. Yo, that day, I had to hit myself with this. How many times is the last time going to be the last time before the last time is actually the last fucking time? You feel me? I feel you. So that's what I said. I told Jesse, yo, if this is as bad as I think it is, we're done. I'm done. So I told him what I was going to do. I was like, all right. So I just wanted to get your input on it because I just needed to know. And this motherfucker, he's on the phone telling me like, oh yeah, oh you know what? That's funny because we've been saying like we've all been kind of worried about her because we were all wondering if there was something going on. You know why the fuck ain't nobody fucking talking to me? Why ain't nobody fucking saying nothing to me? Everybody's fucking talking amongst themselves, but ain't nobody got fucking shit to say to me. I'm the fucking one living with her. Maybe, how do you know I'm not the one fucking giving it to her? You fucking dopes. And I said to him, I'm like, I gotta call Joanne later. Joanne, the mother-in-law. I gotta call Joanne later. But I gotta feel like they're not gonna be happy. He's hit this motherfucker. He's going to me. He's like, no, they're gonna be proud of you. They're gonna be happy. They're gonna be glad. All right. Because my idea was this. I have to let the family know what the fuck I'm about to do because I got a feeling the week prior, me and her, we talked about it briefly. I brought it up and she went hard. She made it known that that's a topic, that's like a no-go topic. All right. So the fact that it's a no-go topic is exactly why I need to go there. So I realized that one of two things were going to happen if and when I had this intervention with her. One of those things being she was going to leave. And if she leaves, she's going to go to her parents' house. And I don't want to just throw this on those people for no reason because I've known these people for a long time. I've been a part of that family for fucking 12 years at this point. Not to mention I've known them since I was 15. And they fucking made me want to cry. It does. It actually makes me upset. Got an hour 20. Oh yeah, no, I run these things out like 2 hours. I run it out until the camera runs out of space. So this is gonna be at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So if you can watch it at 2 times playback, but that's on you. How do you do that? There's like a little gear. Like if you go to YouTube and you watch it, like there should be a little gear icon near the bottom or the top of the screen, maybe there or here. If you click on that gear, like a little window will pop up and it'll say playback speed. And if you hit playback speed, another window will pop up. If you scroll down on the window screen, it'll say +2. That's 2 times playback. Never watch it any less than two times. I mean, it's got to be 2. It's like, if you know how to make music, it's like an octave. 2 times playback is 1 octave, plus 1 octave, which is fine. Anything in between, it's like, it's not, the mind's not, the brain, the ears, it's not suitable. So, I mean, anybody, you can do whatever the fuck you want, I'm just saying. If you want to follow the laws of music. So, now I talked to Jesse. Now I made this plan the night before. The night before, we actually came down here the day before. We went out for Chris's birthday. We came down. And we had a really good time. But as we're driving back, this was like really when I was just getting more comfortable with my spirituality, with understanding metaphysics, understanding energy transference. And we're driving back. And I just feel like shit. Like I just feel my mood just like, ugh. It's Sunday. I gotta go to work tomorrow. And then I look over at her and I go, fuck. It's her. I'm done. I'm actually done. She was done too. Like we were both done. It's not that one was more done than the other. It's not that one was more done than the other. It was just like, all right, the ship has sailed its course. It's time to pull the plug on it. So the next day is when I decided I was going to talk to our family. Now the fucked up thing is my plan was I was going to call Jesse in the morning and then call Joanne in the afternoon because I got to wait because everything has to be timed perfectly. Because in the morning, April gets up early in the morning to get Des ready for school. Once she gets him on the bus, then she goes to her mom's house at around like 9, 10 o'clock. But she hangs out there for like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes before she goes to work because she works with her father. So I have to make sure that everything is timed just right. It's got like precision fucking timing here. Now, that's why I have to wait for that's why I have to wait for April to go to her mom's house and then leave. Because I have to talk to her mother when she's not around. Because otherwise, April lies. Which is normal, everyone does. But she said to me one day, she's like, I just do it. Like, I just need to lie. Like, I know her. And I wanted to make sure that I talked to everybody first. But what ended up happening was as soon as I hung up the phone with fucking Jesse, he told his wife, my sister-in-law, and then Julie, my sister-in-law, called her mother up immediately and told her what Derek was planning on doing. This was at 9 o'clock, so it was before fucking April even showed up. So then Julie calls me. I went ahead. I did you a favor. I told my mom what you were gonna do. What? What? Julie, what the fuck? That was my job. This is my fucking life, not yours. I'm the one who's got to do it. You fucking took away the one thing I wanted to do. I've been wanting to fucking stand up to. I wanted to do them forever. Bitch. So then I had to fucking hang up the phone with Julie, call up the mom, and like scramble. And mind you, now all my words are coming out mumbled and jumbled and all types of fucked up. You know, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's all done. Thank you, Hashem.
What's that?
I need a cigarette. You are the king of the Jews. I am. I believe that. I'm the king of the Jews. How does this deal with you? By the time. So 4 days before Rosh Hashanah. Oh, yeah. My Shekhinah. So, Shekhinah is called Shekinah in Hebrew. I call her Shekhinah. I call her Shekhinah because she looks like Kim. So that's why I call her Shekhinah. It's cute. So that night, a few days before Rosh Hashanah, I got tired of fighting Shekhinah. And God actually said to me, love her like you love yourself. Love your enemy like you love yourself. Okay. So we went out. We went out for a walk. We came out here. And I was talking to Shekhinah like I wanted to talk, like I wish I could talk to you. I was being sweet. I was being spicy. I was being a little bit sour. But at the most part, I was trying to make up for all the past year that I've been trying to push her out of my head and show her like, no, I love you. I do. I love you so much. I don't want anybody else in my head. I want you in my head. You're the only lady face I want to see inside of my head. And I came to see that. And that night I got home. I was making dinner. And I said, like, if and when Kim does pop up, right? I said that before. Like, if when Kim pops up, trust her like you trust yourself. Okay. So I came out here, made love to Shekhinah. I go home and make dinner, and I'm scrolling through Facebook, and boom, holy shit, there's a post by Kim. Oh fuck, there's a post by Kim. What do I do? Hey, fuck it. You said it, man. You told her. You said it. You said it. If she pops up, okay, no problem. So I commented. And that was it. I didn't go any further. I got enough shit going on right now. I'm still in the middle of the fucking 12 days of reflection. I think that was day 10 of the 12 days of reflection. Leading up to Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah hits. This thing with Kim is like, Shekhinah is overactive. Like it feels like it's gonna fucking burst. This is where I wrote all the things. I write to you, just to get it out. I proposed to you, by the way. I will marry you, but you have to ask me. That's the only stipulation, by the way. If you ask me to marry you, I'll say yes. Watch. Derek, will you marry me? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Without even a second thought. I just can't ask you. Why? So I know that it's authentic. So I know that you're doing it on your own. But then again, I mean, technically what? Technically we already are married, by the way. at a soul level. And I think that's why Shakima is so imprinted with you, because of that time that we were supposed to get married with the ghost ring, right? Magic, spirit stuff. Like, I think you did it, not me. You did it. We did it. I'm just saying, like, this is how it's revealed to me. You're allowed out. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. I can't make you do nothing. Just like you can't make me do nothing. But God, I ask God what the fuck I'm supposed to do, and I just do what He tells me. I live for drugs. I hate that you're listening to music and I don't know what you're listening to. Well, if you were standing next to me, then we can do like a Spotify party. What's it called? Start a jam. Please connect to the internet to listen on another device. How do you do that? What's start a jam? I feel like starting a jam, that'd be like if you were wearing headphones. Oh, it's not letting me. But I feel like if we both had like headphones on, that would be able to listen to this. Dude, that'd be so fucking cool. You're into stuff like that? Yeah. Because I listen to the best music, that's why. I'm not saying that you don't listen to good music. It's just like, mine's the best. I've been building this fucking playlist since 2014. This shit's dope as hell. About 4,000 songs on there. Yeah, then Rosh Hashanah came a couple days later. And mind you, like, yeah, it's a long story. Like, you can read all the books if you want. I actually have this vision this vision I'd like to see come to fruition, which is you reading the books. Especially this last one that I just finished. I really want you to read that one. Because that one I specifically wrote it for you. I started it like a month and a half ago. Yeah, I started it on the first day of the 10 days of reflection. That's right. I started that one on the 10 days of reflection. The timing was perfect. And I specifically wrote it saying, I wrote it to you going, hey, listen, I don't know if you're really reading this, but I feel like you're reading this in the future. So I'm going to write this to you. I say some nasty shit about you too in there too. Do you have STDs? But then I also chastise myself for talking to you that way too. So it's like there's a balance. There's a balance. It's not like I just beat the shit out of you and then like the fuck out of here, you dumb whore. No, like I remember that one day I was just like purging. I was purging, and I even wrote in there after I was done. Yo, bud, I know that you're me, but get that shit out your system now. Because you ever talk to her like that again, I'ma smack the shit out of you. And I know that's my own face I'm talking about. But don't do that. Is that weird? No. I can't stand up to myself, then who the fuck, I won't be able to stand up to anybody else. Like, I don't take shit. It's like I got a thing with people fucking with my women. Desmond, I almost fucked Desmond up once. I almost fucked Desmond up really bad. I heard him. Come on, why do you keep doing that? I love this song. Speaking of Des. You know the Aquabats? Love the Aquabats. Super rad. I don't think this is your type of music though. Fuck it. It's too upbeat. Oh, that's what it is. That's why you don't like punk rock and all that stuff. It's too upbeat. It's alright. I have a vision. I have a vision of a day where Kim can listen to upbeat music. I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like you would love Aquabats though. I feel like they were made for you. Not the fucking Eeyore Kim. Not Kim Eeyore. How you doing? Eeyore. Stop being so fucking sad all the time. Get this fucking sad face. It's so annoying. Why is Kim always so fucking depressed? You want to know the truth. The truth. My thought is you just need to get the life fucked back into you. Like, I think you just need to be fucked. Like, good. Because I feel like if you got your brains fucked out the right way by the right man, and I'm not saying I'm the right man to do it, I'm just saying, like, I'm talking as a friend now. Like, I just feel like you need to get fucked so good that it literally puts the life, good for the whole, good for the soul. Is how I heard it explained once. Not every man, some men are good for the whole, but they're not good for the soul. What you need is a man that's good for the whole and good for your soul as well. God. That's what I need too. I need a woman who just will fuck my brains out one night. Not one night, but it's like a whole night of just fucking my brains out. God, I haven't had sex in like fucking 8 years. I'm like so afraid too. I told Hashem, I'm like, yo, Hashem, the next time I have sex with somebody, I'm probably gonna come before my pants are even off. That's never happened to me before. It hasn't. It never happened to me before, but I feel like it's gonna happen. The next time the next time I'm in a sexual situation, that's gonna happen. How do you know you're gonna be in a sexual situation again? I don't know. I believe, I trust. When God tells me I'm gonna have sex again, well, God told me that the next time I have sex, it's gonna be the best sex ever, and then the time I have sex after that is actually gonna be better than that time. The way I'm just explaining it to myself in my head is like the first time is gonna be the worst time, because at this point I'm pretty much like a fucking virgin. But the first time's gonna be the worst time. But my best days are disguised as my worst days. So my best sex is gonna be disguised as my worst sex. So it's gonna turn out that first time, though it may be the worst because it's like, even I prefer it would be on the other way. I'd rather have a lady. I'd rather be with a woman who prematurely ejaculates, prematurely orgasms, just for me touching her, than it being the other way around. I'd be embarrassed. What is this? Dark. It's dark. That's why I like it. In the house. It's like very moody. It's like intense. Cause no, I'm making light. I'm not making light. I'm being dead ass serious. Like, I'm not joking about the sex, and like I do believe that you need to be made love to in a way that's like put some fucking life back into you. But I think the same thing about myself. Like, I got too much. Like, I need a woman like you. I need a woman that I think, the way that I envision you, that's what I need. I don't know if that's actually you though. I say fuck, but making love. I'm a love maker. I like to have passionate sex. It's very sensual. Like, I like to take it very seriously. Like, I don't like to. I'm not really like the just come and done type of person. Like, I don't really like that. Like, I like to enjoy it. It's like having a delicious dinner. Like, you don't like rush through fucking dinner. Like, you enjoy it. And mind you, I'm also one that I'm one to speak. Like, I fucking chow down my food, but I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. Where do you want me to go? Just keep doing what you're doing. I know, I am. No, I just came up with a blank. I'm trying to like... What you're doing, you're just showing, okay. You're just showing a side of yourself. Okay. Are you saying that this is my most authentic self? Is there a way I could be more authentic? Your mask. Your mask. I want to see you without your mask on. And mind you, I'm speaking to primary, literal, flesh and blood Kim. If you're watching this, like, if this resonates, you take it. What doesn't resonate, you throw it the fuck away. But for me, this all resonates because I need to be in this space, this energy, this mindset, because it's part of my job. What I plan on doing, where I plan on being, where I plan on going, what I plan on like branching out into, requires me to have no fucking hesitation. Like, I cannot be one of those people like, well, I don't know about that. Fuck that. Be sure of it. Now, not to mention the fact that we kind of talked about this before, where like I'm a very intuitive person in the sense that I allow my intuition to guide me everywhere. Now, with God and my intuition, it's that fucking, there is no fucking stopping me. Now, some people, including my mother, rightfully will say, everyone has God within them. Yes. But at the same time, see, here's the problem. Motherfuckers, people, I'm listening to a song. I listen to bad bitch music. They don't play with it. Lola Brooke and Billy B. Bad bitch. So what I'm saying, some people think it's like it's one way or the other. God is either above you or God is within you. Or there is no God at all. Well, how about this? All of the above is true. God is above, God is within. You are God. I am God. But that is God. Lowercase g, big case G, uppercase. Lowercase, uppercase. G dash D, uppercase G dash D, lowercase G O D. My soul is the son / daughter of God / goddess. Now my mother's is probably the only other person as close to me as possible, human wise. The only person that I can really relate to with the way that I am. But we don't see eye to eye on that. She doesn't recognize God. She sees God as an internal force. But that's the thing, is she's a woman. I don't believe that women can see God. When we read Torah, when we study Torah, God only, for the most part, is speaking to the men. There's a few exceptions where God talks to women, very rarely. The matriarchs, yeah, it depends on your status as a woman. Not all women get to talk to God. Very rarely, like I said. But then again, it's the same thing with the fucking men. It's a very rare gift to be able to hear the voice. That's why we're called prophets. I actually want to know. I want to know what you hear when you go and stare at the stars, when you go stare at the moon, when you look up at the sky at night. I want to know what it is that you're looking at, what it is you're receiving, what it is you're thinking about. Because I want to know. I want to know if it's like me. Like, you think about the future. How far into the future are you thinking? What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to leave behind? I'm not talking about just like a family and kids and marriage and shit like that, but like, what's your drive? What's your fire? What's your passion? What is it that, like, you want to be doing. Me, I want to resurrect the kingdom of Israel. Not that bullshit stuff that you see on the news, but the real fucking thing. I want to build a nation. I am continuing the work that was started in Torah. In our Torah study group, we just got to the part where Noah gets off the ark. Tomorrow we're going to pick up where God officially signs, where God and Noah officially signed the pact, the covenant. That's where we're going to be at tomorrow. From there, we're now going to start building up to Abraham. The generations leading up to Abraham. Because with Abraham, 10 generations after Noah, God re-signs the contract, re-signs the covenant. Which he does every generation or so. Like he makes a new covenant with everybody. But the new covenant is predicated on the old covenant. It doesn't supersede it. It just adds to it. Like Christians, for instance, for example, like Christians, right? Christians, they talk about the new covenant with God and Jesus Christ. But you're not doing the other stuff. You understand? Like I get it. Jesus said some cool shit. But Jesus didn't really even say anything. He was teaching Jews how to be better Jews. That was it. He wasn't even taught. He actually told his disciples, don't stay away from the Gentiles and stay away from the Samaritans. Don't talk to those people. Only deal with the lost sheep of Israel. So Christianity is a false religion. Like it legitimately is a false religion. If you read the book, Jesus Christ says, do not fuck with those people. He also says, don't worship me. Don't give me credit. Give the credit to God. I'm just the facilitator. I'm not doing anything. But everybody, if you read the book, that's literally what he says. He says, don't give me credit. Go home, tell everybody what God did for you. And it would say, and then the man went home and told him what Jesus did for him. Against what Jesus said. The guy was fucking losing his mind. But that was part of the. That's how it had to happen. It's a long story. If you follow the progression of history, the progression of Judaism, the progression of the evolution of Christianity, plus the evolution of the other branches of Jews at the same time, all of this is going on in the 1st century AD, which has been a passion project of mine to study. I've been working through over this past year. I have found so many different types of Jews. It's amazing. Not just like the Shafar, whatever the fuck, the Ashkenaz, whatever. Hellenist Jews, Orthodox Jews, Karaite Jews. Did you ever see Forrest Gump? You ever see Forrest Gump where the guy's like, you got gumbo, you got shrimp scampi, you got butterfly shrimp, you got fried shrimp, you got gumbo shrimp. The guy, just as many shrimp. Just as many fucking types of fucking shrimp dishes as there are. Is the amount of type of Jew. You got secular Jews, you got atheist Jews, you got satanic Jews. You got false Jews, apparently. But even though God tells me that it's impossible for anyone to impersonate a Jew, because nobody wants to be a Jew. Even Jews will tell you, why the fuck do you want to be a Jew? That's what we say to converts. Anyone who wants to convert to Judaism, that's the first question they have. Why do you want to be a Jew? Do you have any idea? What the fuck? Since learning, since embracing my Jewishness openly, I have experienced, oh my God, it makes me want to touch myself. I have experienced anti-Semitism. It's delicious. It's delicious. Why is it so delicious? Because the ignorance, because the people don't know who they're fucking talking to. They think they know who they're talking to, but they have no idea who the fuck they're talking to. And not from a like, yo, nigga, you have no idea who the fuck you're talking to. Even though, yeah, in that way, yeah. Like if somebody threw some fucking anti-Semitic shit at me, I would listen to it. And I'm sure it would probably end with me going, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking to right now. You better chickadee check yourself. But that's what's so entertaining about it. It's like it's entertaining, it's sad, but at the same time it's like it's encouraging because it actually validates everything that the Jews have been saying. Like everybody hates Jews. Like some people don't even have good reason to. Most anti-Semitism is based on anti-Semitism. Which is ironic. It's not ironic. It's like, what the fuck? People will believe anything. Anything. Oh, my hair's really long. I've shown you my hair. Actually, I need to... Hold on. Hold up. Why do you wear it up? Because they say in Judaism and Islam, I'm an Islamic Jew, by the way. That doesn't exist. I'm the first and only one of my kind. It's a product of man witchery. Prophets are man witches. It's amazing how much Torah, how much studying the Bible has actually validated everything that I was doing. Everything. And that was the thing I was saying before. Is how do you know that it's actually God that's talking to you? Because once I started studying, reading it. Oh, you never finished that story, right? Yeah. So Jewish law is codified in what's called the Talmud. It's a huge collection of rabbinical debates from about 2,000 years ago. It's fascinating. It's a little dry. It's pretty dry, and it can be challenging to read. Because it's like day-to-day type of shit. It's nothing that has to do with Torah. It's not about worshiping God. I mean, it is and it isn't. It's not about worshiping God the way that it says in the Bible. It's about worshiping God the way that somebody tells you to. So this is literally like the foundational work of the religion itself. This isn't about how to serve God. It's about how to serve the religion. Why don't you put your hair up? Focus. So, when I found like an 8-hour introductory workshop, a beginner's class to Talmud. And it was really good. It was really good. I learned a lot from it because I did not know anything that this rabbi was teaching. It was fascinating stuff. But that's where I started to see the contradictions in the mindset, because at one point rabbis they celebrate defying God, which is like the complete opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be following, not disobeying. But this rabbi, he's going on about a story, and he's patting himself on the back. He's patting himself on the back for rabbis who defy God. And what we end up coming to learn is that the rabbis of today, those rabbis who wrote the Talmud, those were the guys that killed Jesus. Well, those were the guys who were plotting to kill Jesus. So in the Bible, in the New Testament, when Jesus is warning about the men of tradition, that's literally who wrote Judaism as we know it today. That's why most Jews reject Jesus, because Jesus was warning people about them. So of course, you're not going to play nice with the guy who's calling you out on your bullshit. And that's, hey, sorry guys, tough titties. But what God tells me is that this time around, the reason I can float around, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and talk the way that I want. I call out Jews all the time. I was having a debate with one not too long ago, and God actually came to my side to help me rub his nose in it. I was amazed because what happened, what that demonstrated to me, and I don't know if he saw it. We haven't talked since. We were talking, me and this guy, we were talking for a little while, but after this one night, like it stopped, and I could see why. But he started quoting scriptures, like not from the Bible, but from peripheral Jewish works. Anyway, it just happened to be a peripheral Jewish work that I was familiar with. And he was contradicting himself. So there was another quote that was like maybe a couple verses underneath what he had sent to me. So I was like, fuck it, we two can play at this game, motherfucker. So I hit him right back with the same book, same fucking thing. And that's when I realized God favors me over you. Because I don't shit on Rabbi Jesus. I don't worship Jesus. Like, that's the thing. So it's not that I'm Christian. Because I'm not. But Jesus is a teacher of mine. Like, I am a disciple of Jesus. Like, legit. Like, when I read the Bible, like I didn't read the New Testament until after I read the Torah. Is this interesting? After I read the Torah, like, because you gotta understand too, is the Old Testament comes before the New Testament, and if you don't read the Old Testament first, you don't actually know what the fuck is going on. But you gotta read the whole fucking thing. You gotta read the whole thing. Well, at least most of it. Because it fills in all the blanks. Like, who the fuck is this guy? What the hell is he doing? And why is it that he's warning about these other guys? And that's why we learn that the other guys aren't doing what the old guys were doing. They had their own way of doing things. They didn't want to do it. Because you know how men are. Men get that ego thing. It's like, yo, I'm doing it my way. And that's how it was. These guys decided they were going to do it their way, and their way was the only way. And when Jesus came around, he said, that's not the only way that you can do it. You can also do it like this. And technically, you should be doing it this way, because this is what it says. Like, there's parts in that book, and that's why I can't stand Christian people. Like, you don't even know what the hell you're doing. You're blindly following something that you don't understand. There's a part where Jesus is facilitating a healing. Jesus does not heal. He does not heal anyone. I know he puts his hand on people and people like touch his stuff. But the idea is, it's not him doing it. It's you. God is working through you. Like, there's a story of a lady, a Gentile lady. She touches one of his robes and she's healed. Right? Afterwards, he looks at her. He goes, your faith healed you. You knew that touching me was going to heal you. And it did. Because you believed it would. These are like just the basic principles of magic too. You have to believe that it's possible before you can actually see it. You need to believe before you can see. Today's society teaches us you gotta see in order to believe, but that's the exact opposite of how you want to be doing it. You need to be able to believe first. You need to believe in shit that you cannot see before the Most High will give you something to see, to validate your belief. How about that? No, I don't want to stop. I don't know. So it's like 2 hours now. I don't know how long. I don't know if this is gonna. I don't know when this cuts out. But I'm gonna just keep on going. But there's a part in there where the guy's like, he facilitates a healing with a man, and he's like, all right, what I want you to do now, go home, go to the temple, and give the sacrifice offering that Moses told you to. Now, he doesn't get into what that sacrifice or offering is, but you need to have read Leviticus, Exodus, and Deuteronomy. Well, Exodus and Leviticus, and Numbers, because those are the books where it explains what offerings to give for what situation that you're in. If you're receiving a spiritual healing or some kind of ailment, healing of an ailment, because it's all relative. That's the point. Is that the one is directly connected to the other. It's kind of, they think of it like, try to imagine any physical ailment is directly correlated to an emotional and or mental ailment. And I'm not talking about a mental disorder. The only mental disorders. I'll give you something deep on mental disorders. Every mental disorder, every emotional disorder, it's all the product of gaslighting. I'll say that one again. Every mental disorder, since man invented mental disorders, because they're all invented by humans. There was a time before schizophrenia existed. The term schizophrenia only encapsulates a very specific bubble of mental processes, mental and emotional processes. But there was a time before it existed. There was a time before it was invented. Like you. And depression. You don't have depression. Someone told you have depression, and you believed it. Your depression isn't because of bad wiring. It's not because there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with your environment. Something in your life needs to change. Something. Well, yeah, you know what? Change one thing. Oh, well, that, yeah. Oh, I didn't even thought about that. Change one thing, and then everything else just kind of falls into place from there. I'm assuming you haven't run back to your mommy's yet, which is a good thing. Wow. No, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about you with another man. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, that's what I'm doing. Fuck. I hate that thought. Why? Because I want you. That's all. I wanted you since the moment I saw you. I still want you. I wanted you when we were talking. And I hate the idea of you settling for less. Because anything less than me is less. That's what God. Hey, listen. That's my opinion, but that's also what God tells me. You take it as you will. A fucking cigarette. It's 4:30. Alright, what time is it? No, you're doing just fine. You might feel like shit. You might be going through some shit, but maybe not. Regardless, whatever you're going through, it's necessary. In that it's part of the medicine that you're receiving from your new living situation. Which, congratulations, by the way. But if I'm wrong, if you did happen to go back to mom's, don't feel bad. I mean, you can feel bad if you want. It's not gonna hurt my feelings, but. But what I mean is, It's not a bad thing. It just means I think you still have a couple things to do there. Now, if you're still out though, that's a really good sign. That means that you're free, you're clear. And it's just a matter of everything else in your life now realigning itself to the situation that you're in. So I would imagine that being in a more independent state, that you're probably starting to feel it at work. In a sense, like, little mama's getting fucking tired of taking fucking orders from people. Especially from people who don't fucking know what the fuck they're talking about. Because I got a feeling, I can't help, I had this sense the other day that you might have had something that happened with the new manager. And I don't know, nothing. I was always told like this: once we're clocked in, we ain't brothers. So, and by the way, don't you ever fucking dare put money in that register. He told you guys to do that. He told you and Maria to put money in the register if you ever come up short. Don't do that at all. He's not helping you cover your ass. That's something that Josie taught him. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that was something that he used to do in Cherry Hill, but don't do that. I did that in Lancaster once, and I told Frank about it. And Frank was like, no. And one, it ain't your fucking money to be given. Ain't nobody gonna fire you because of fucking, it's gonna take a little bit before they fire you, trust me. And it's gotta be a recurring thing. The reason is he just doesn't want to deal with it. And hey, rightfully so. But you know what? It was the same thing when I was at the outlet. Josie would fucking lose his shit on me. Stop using email. He said to me once, I told you to stop writing emails. You know why? Because they don't want the attention. Why? Why is it that the managers don't want attention by their higher ups? What are they afraid of? Hey, I don't know nothing. But these are just questions that I ask myself. Why is the fact that I'm writing emails so driving so nuts? Well, that's what I mean. See, my biggest problem was, did you have to do the loyalty test yet? Who do you work for? Do you work for me or do you work for Hugo? I don't know if Chris brought that one with him. Josie pulled that one. The day we went out, and I reminded Josie that he's just a coworker. Yeah, technically, no, not technically, motherfucker. You are just my coworker. You're not my boss. I didn't hear the end of that for about maybe a week, a month, 2 months. Hugo's not driving you home. As a matter of fact, he is. Because you work for Hugo. I work for Hugo. You're doing Hugo a favor by picking me up and dropping me off. If I didn't work for Hugo, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. Let's not play stupid. Nah, but he said to Chris once. He did it right in front of me too. I was so ugh. He goes, you work for Hugo, right? I said, yeah. Hugo's the one who signs my paychecks, not Josie. He goes, Chris, who you work for? You work for Hugo or you work for Josie? I work for Josie. Hey man, hey, if my baby brother wants to wear your leash, that's on him. Ain't my fucking problem. Ain't nobody putting a fucking collar. Ain't nobody putting shackles on me. I'm gonna tell you that right goddamn now. Especially some little boy who wants to think he's a big boy. Them's fighting words. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't have a stick up my ass with Josie. I don't talk to Josie, so I know when I go to the store. Sometimes I feel a little disrespected. But yeah, because I feel like, absolutely, I feel like I should get my ass kissed when I go there. Not to mention, there was that time that he gave Teal a bad review about me. That pissed me off. Because we all know that Derek far exceeded expectations at Hugo Boss. And you got the balls to tell Teal, give Teal a bad review on me? I don't remember what the fuck he said. Something that like I'm a problem starter or some shit like that. It's a fucking... Or that I gave him problems, something like that. Which... I only give back, you get back what you receive. You receive what you get back, what you put into something. But dude's doing his job. There's nothing. I can't be pissed off at somebody doing their job. Because that's all you are. You're just a gopher. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I can't do that shit. Like, some people, they like to have shackles put on them. For me, I can't. I can't be someone's nigger. It just doesn't suit me. That's 2 hours and 11 minutes. I don't know. I feel like maybe you know. I'm gonna charge this phone. I might come out and do this again. Because I kind of like this. But it's another 2 hours. Alright, fuck it, whatever. Alright, man. I'll check you later.